All right. I was actually worried about the show up today, but as we're waiting for people to come on, I am uh, amazed that you guys are here because for those of you that may not be from Malaysia, that's connected from outside of Singapore or Malaysia, it's Chinese New Year right now, so it's like supposed to be a big deal. Everybody are with loved ones, family, and I was deciding on whether to have it continue. But I know that regardless, there will always be something on anyway, and the calls are all recorded. So first of all, for those of you that's here, well done, and for being consistent. Today I have been debating on whether I should be teaching, on whether I should be doing Q&A, and I decided that it's been a while since we have done some Q&A. So what I really wanted to do is, first of all, looking at those of you that's here, I always want to acknowledge, people that's taking action. And Jason, I saw your post. I think everybody saw your post in the group. Very, very happy for you on what you've accomplished. Jason, I want to start today's call with you. Okay, I had a feeling that you probably have been one of the most consistent ones here. But one of the things I want to do is I think that we all have something to learn from Jason today. Some of you may or may not have seen his post. He talked about how he created a webinar and the first few pretty much was disaster. But then he has done now 5 figures in sales, really just from not giving up. But I don't want to add any words. Jason, I've unmuted your mic right now. Could you share this win with us? Because I think that this can actually motivate and inspire a lot of people that is on this call right now.
Okay, sure. So, hi everyone. Yeah, I'm Jason here. So, I share my journey first. Will be last year December, I do my first ever webinar. So, my step where is I create my offer first. I create my offer. Then, from here I do my first ever webinar. Okay, so from the first webinar is boom because of the technical issue. There's no Wi-Fi connection, so technical issue boom. Second and third webinar will be no sales. Then one webinar will be total no people because but I never give up. I keep tweak the presentation, follow the Peng Joon exactly the proven presentation. Then during the live webinar, right, you actually get some question from the audience. So you know that what is the objection from the people. Because last time I used to be doing the auto webinar but I first started, I actually advise you all to do the live webinar first, even though it's scary, but just do it anyway. Because auto webinar, you can't actually know the audience objection. Because last year, June, I launched my auto webinar, but I can't really know my audience objection. So I shift to live webinar. So every on the webinar, I know the audience objection because they pose a question. So actually, I turn the objection into the presentation point under the seeker 1, 2, and 3. So seeker number 1 will be objection about the vehicle. Seeker number 2 will be the internal. Seeker number 3 will be the external. I follow exactly proven presentation. Then I add in the story. This will be the bigger changes. All the concept, I add in the story to introduce the concept. It means the Peng Joon say you need to use a story to introduce the concept. Okay, don't just tell the fact, introduce the concept. So I start getting better, tweak, getting better, tweak, getting better. Then you will find one webinar will be, hey, it's clear already. Then you continue getting better, better, and better. So for you, actually, for you to do the starter, just keep going, never give up, keep tweak the message, you will get better one. So I want to take this opportunity to thank you to Peng Joon for all the coaching and also all the support from the Smartphone team. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Jason. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to start off this call is sometimes I believe that if I say something, people might normally think, well, maybe, and I share some results and I talk about like how this certain funnel did result. I know that it's easy for you guys to look at me and say, well, of course, Peng Joon didn't do it because he's Peng Joon, right? One of the reasons why I wanted to start this call today off with somebody like Jason is because Jason is really somebody that shows determination. I can tell you that for many of you right now, many of you probably are more fluent than him. Jason reminds me of how I first started out. Okay, you've heard me say that story. I was the bottom 1%. Okay, when I was in that training room trying to learn how to speak. Okay, and I can tell you the reason why Jason has got this little success right now that's going to spin into a much bigger one is because of that ingredient. And I wanted to start off this call so that you guys can see through him. Okay, he raised a very, very important point. He talked about how he's doing live webinars right now. He talked about how in his third webinar, there's nobody there, but he did it anyway. Okay. And the reason why this will be a huge journey for you, all of you that's on this call right now, is because of this. Okay. This was an opportunity that I didn't have a year ago, or rather 5 years ago, 10 years ago when I first started out. I didn't have the opportunity, and what I mean by that is I didn't have the opportunity to practice on webinars 10 years ago. Webinars didn't exist back then. 10 years ago, it was like tele-seminars. And even then, I had no idea how it worked. And the technical setup would be horrible. It would be super complicated. Doing live webinars where you can spend $30, $50, $100 on Facebook to get 5, 10 people registered where there's no risk so you can practice is one of the biggest opportunities that you can have right now that people didn't have 10 years ago. And why I wanted to start off this call is because some of you are trying to look for the easy way out and try to build a automated webinar, even if you may not necessarily be ready for it yet. I want you to be willing to start practicing with 3 to 5, 10 people. And you know it's not expensive. You just need to get people registered. And approximately, if it's a live webinar, 20% of people will show up, okay, to be very conservative. So if you want, 10 people to be there, you probably need to get 50 people registered. So you don't need to get 50 people registered, and 20% I'm lowballing, okay? It could be 50%, but it's about 20, 50%. It used to be up to about 60, but it has dropped over the last couple of years. Now, the reason I say this is because this is how you can get better. Don't look at me and what I'm doing and how I just shoot a video and do it once and then have it run as an automated webinar. And the reason why I can do that is because of hours and hours and hours. I was trying to count the amount of hours I've had on stage time. It's a few thousand, okay? I'm not at 10,000 yet, which is like the level of mastery, but I've passed 5,000 hours, okay? That's how much time I've spent speaking in the last 10 years. So the reason why I can do webinars one take and do it and automate it straight away and shoot sales videos in one take is because of that practice. And what I'm asking of all of you is to be willing to do what Jason is doing right now. And really, like I really mean this. If you are serious in, at the very minimum, like minimum, tripling the income that you're doing right now in 12 months, if you're serious in that, I guarantee you, if you do a webinar every single week for a year, one way or another, you will triple your income. One way or another. It would be because either you learned the skill to become better on video. It is because either you found your message, you became more confident with your voice, you became better with creating hook story offers, you became better at this one skill that will translate to all these other things in business and in marketing. That's what I'm asking of you, okay? So all you need to do really is to set up that landing page, integrate it with some sort of software like this one, Zoom, so that when people give you their name and email, you can capture it somewhere, and then this software like Zoom will follow up with them on when the call is, the timing is, and all of that, okay? But be willing to practice even though there's 2 people, 3 people, 10 people, because that's how you get started. You see, it's not a chicken and egg thing. Some of you are thinking, but it's not worth my time unless there's at least 20 people on that call. That's the wrong mindset. Okay, some of you are thinking, but it's not worth my time unless there's 50, 100 people on a call. Yeah, but do you want to have 100 people on that call and totally suck? To have 100 people on a call, spend, I don't know, $1,000 in ad spend, probably more with the numbers, that $2,000 in ad spend, and then not get a sale? Okay, because that's what's going to happen. So start small, start with low risk, be willing to practice. And here's the amazing thing, okay? Here's the amazing thing. If one of your concerns are, what if they come on my webinar and they see that there's nobody there? Okay, I know some of you like, what if they come on my webinar, Peng Joon, and they see that there's 3 people there? Understand that the way the webinar is done is very different from this. Okay, this on Zoom is called a meeting. So with meeting, you can see each other's faces. On a webinar, which is like on Zoom or any other software, they can't see how many people's online. Okay, so if they can't see how many everybody's online, you could be like, hey, welcome everybody, I'm so glad to have you guys here, when there's like 2 fellas there, right? But they don't know there's 2 people there. To them, it could be however many people. Okay, so don't let all these little objections stop you from practicing, because that's how you become great. Jason, any other words for us that you think they should know in your journey to getting now 5 figures on a webinar?
Yeah, will be actually start small and think big. Will be because every master was once a beginner, every master was once a disaster. So don't try to be perfect. Aim for the progress, little by little, but keep practice. Give permission for you to suck, right? So, but the more you do, you will suck less one. Really, really. So the key will be taking action. Don't let the perfection hold you back. Take action anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
So
thank you, Jason. We all appreciate your, and one of the reasons why I want to celebrate wins and successes is because when you guys see him win, I believe that it's a lot more powerful than saying, hey guys, there's this amazing idea now, when you can see somebody else implement it. Okay, so what do I want this call today to be about? Today, it is all about checking in with each and every one of you to see where your current thing is. Okay, so like I'm always thinking with this roadmap that I've painted out, one of the things that I want you to see right now is I've given you different phases, right? Phase 1, which is how to generate your very first lead subscriber. And the whole of phase 1 was really to create that opt-in funnel. Phase 2 was about how do you create that first dollar, right? And now it's getting clarity in the offer. And that's why at the end of the offer, we have like offer tweaks, okay? Phase 3 is how do you scale that thing, and how do you create, and what does that journey look like when it comes to building a funnel to that 6 figure? What is that fixed 6 figure journey? Okay, 6 to 7 figures is really about scaling and taking something that works and just pouring more money, more ad spend, more traffic. Because if every dollar you spend, you get $2, then it's just more about just how you scale that. Okay, so I want you to understand where that thing is. Now, based on where you're at, here's what I would like you to do. Okay, I would like, because I want to be able to coach you guys and serve you at the highest level, I would like you to go to our Facebook group right now. And in that Facebook group, I just made this, in that Facebook group, I am now rather going to post a picture that I'm going to take right now. Okay, I'm going to take a picture right now. I'm going to take a selfie. Okay, and I'm going to post this selfie in a group. And what I would like you to do is, I would like you to make a post on which phase you're at and where you feel that you're stuck, that you need help with, that if you got help with that, you'll get clarity on what to do next. Okay, so I want to be able to serve you at that level, but I need to know what is the thing that is keeping you. So as I'm doing this, I want you to start thinking about that question right now. What is it that's stopping you to reach the next thing? Is it getting clarity on your offer? Is it building a certain funnel? Is it tech? Is it mindset? What is stopping you from implementing that thing? Okay, and if you knew the answer to that, that will allow you to progress to the next stage. Okay, so here's what I would like you to do. I would like you to take a look at phase 1, 2, 3, and 4 right now, and look at all the little check boxes inside. Okay, tell me, where are you stuck at right now? And if you had clarity on that step, that would help you go to the next level. Okay, and I'm going to make that post. I would like you to think about it and start writing it down. Okay, I have just made a post that says, what are you stuck on right now? Okay, I want to be able to guide you guys this session right now so that we can learn. Okay, and this is where we are. Chances are, I want to know what phase you're stuck at, and I know that for some of you, you might not even have clarity on what your offer is yet, and perhaps we can do an offer tweak session today. So in terms of that offer, okay, I know that from looking at and working with you guys, I know some of you have not had clarity. So some of you could be traffic, if you already have an offer. It could be a funnel thing, but I doubt it. I think that today, based on what I'm seeing, it would be great and for the masses if we did an offer to you. Okay, so if you're if you're saying that driving traffic is to your crypto course is your main concern, okay, let me have a look at your funnel first. So give me your link. If you feel that your thing is traffic, I would say 90% of the time when people think it's traffic, it's not traffic. Okay, so if you feel it's traffic, give me the link to your funnel so that I can look at the funnel. Okay, and put a comment in there so that I can work with you guys and make those improvements to help you move to that next step. Okay, and for those of you that are listening in, really think about, don't sit back and tell yourself, I wonder what all these other people have to say. Okay, Manny says, I can't see where you are posting. Yes, this is on the Game Changers Elite. So that means if I were to share my screen, this is what you should be seeing right now. Game Changers Elite group. Question is, what are you stuck on right now? If you guys can make a comment here, really think about what that is. Okay, because I'm gonna go deep this time on the points that you have posted, and today we are all about going deep into the questions that you have. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, so now I am going to share my screen. Okay, here we go. So, okay, Queena. So, crypto secrets. Free webinar reveals the 3 secrets to confidently join the crypto revolution and live life on your own terms. Does not necessarily require you to buy crypto. Okay. Okay, first, okay, join and discover how to get started today with cryptocurrencies, no money down, so you have clarity and monetize immediately. Okay. Okay, first thing is the hook. In terms of your funnel, one of the reasons why I say traffic is not the issue is because Queena, I'm just trying to look for you right now. Queena. Oh, wait, it's not Queena, Lie. Wait, give me a sec. Like, well, I'm trying to look for you.
Sorry, Peng Joon, is Queena
Hey.
on your Zoom? Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's why I got a little bit confused. Okay, Queena. Okay.
Sorry.
So Okay, great. Okay, thank you for sharing your funnel with us. Okay, so a few things I want to work with you. Okay, and I want all of you to understand this from this perspective. Okay, so remember, when you have trained with me, for one of the things always said is when people think it's about the traffic, it's really not traffic. Here's why. Karina, right up to this point, have you sent any traffic to this page yet?
Just I guess among my Facebook friends, so just like organic. Yeah.
Okay, so remember, when we talk about tweaks, whether it's making tweaks to the offer, whether it's tweaks to the funnel or tweaks to traffic, these are just the three main tweaks we can always make to make improvements in our business. Okay, so when you know the numbers, that is when you can improve. Now, when it comes to traffic for this funnel, which is the webinar funnel, all it really is understanding, number one, what is the sign-up rate? Okay, now based on this, I know that the sign-up rate will not be high, and we'll come to that in a second. Okay, so if the sign-up rate is not high for this page, that means that the more clicks or the more traffic or the more money you spend on Facebook or any other platforms, there's a leak. Why? Because your sign-up rate is not high. Okay, so before we start tweaking traffic, asking how to get more traffic, you are at a stage of you need a funnel tweak, not a traffic tweak. Traffic is more towards, I have a system, it prints $2 for every $1 I spend, but I can't seem to spend more than $300 a day profitably. Okay, if I spend $1,000 a day, that's when it break evens. But if I spend $300 a day, that's when it's profitable. That is when it's a traffic tweak. So for this, it's not traffic yet. Right now, this is still at the funnel level. Karina, does this make sense to you?
Yes. Okay. I guess why you say that? Yeah.
It's I want all of you to be able to see this, because many times when people think I've got my funnel up, now I just need it's a traffic problem. I'm just not getting enough traffic. Okay, I want you to understand the mindset behind it. It's almost never a traffic problem. It's only a traffic problem when you can spend $1 to get $2, but you can't spend 1,000, 2,000, 10,000. That's when it's a traffic problem. Okay, so right now it's not a traffic problem yet, it's a funnel problem. Okay, and the reason why it's a funnel problem is because of the copy over here. Okay, so let's take a look at the copy right now, and let's talk about how to make adjustments. Okay, so same thing. Okay, let's take a look at hook. This is most important. Okay, the 3 secrets to confidently join the crypto revolution. Okay, Karina, the first thing your role after this call, okay, is to go to all of the top crypto guys, all of them, okay? Mike Dillard's in it. You want to take a look at that Palm Beach report. You want to take a look at all these guys. Palm Beach, they have done more than $10 million in crypto webinars alone, okay? Now, what this means is, and the reason why I do not want to use my copywriting to give you skills to give you feedback right now is because I know that if I took a look at what those crypto guys that has done millions of dollars through webinars, that would be a much better benchmark to start with and to model and look at and see their languaging in order to determine how to make improvements to yours. And I know that the reason why there's a lot of things that can be worked on is because live life on your terms is too generic, okay? Specificity sells. This thing is too generic. And the copywriting here can be polished up, it can be tightened up, right? To live life on your own terms without buying a single crypto. How is that even possible? Register your spot on this webinar and find out how, right? So there needs to be that thing, okay? So the secret, even the secret 1, 2, 3, take a look at their copy, okay? That's your homework, okay? Your homework is, you've seen that in like phase 1, one of the little milestones I ask you guys to do is to funnel hack and look at somebody in your market that's crushing it to give you that idea, Okay, so Queena, that would be your main task, to tighten up the headline, to tighten up the 3 secrets, because right now you don't have a traffic issue yet. You have a funnel issue. Okay, because you will only have a traffic issue when you have the sign up rates for the webinar. But with this page, you will not have the sign up rates that is ideal to take to paid traffic.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Queena. Okay, next one. Let's see. Vumin says, I'm not confident about social proof. Should I compose content interviewing professional people on my topic? Okay. So couple of things. I've unmuted you. Trang, are you there?
Yes.
Hey, okay, so tell me why, and I think that this question, a lot of you might feel the same, but why do you not feel confident that you are about social proof? Is it because you don't have any testimonials? What's the reason right now?
Yes, hello, Peng Joon. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, hi. The thing is because I want to make the course for children, and because I didn't have an education background, so what I want to do is I want to make a kind of comprehensive course to make the kids safe, and it would be like compose a lot of contents and just like cyber security.
Okay, let me just pause you there for a second because I know exactly where this is headed. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, you've got a pretty noisy background, so I had to mute you for a sec. But I know for many of you, the reason why I wanted you guys to hear it from here is because I know that maybe about 50% of you have this same issue. Okay, I don't have any. How many of you right now you have a concerns? Can I see a show of hands? Like I can see all your faces. Give me a show of hands. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, if you have no social proof, these are your few options. Okay, number 1, be willing to do it for free so that you can build those initial case studies. That's what it is. Help somebody who's trying to figure that thing out. If you're good in Facebook ads and you want to sell Facebook as a service, but you feel you don't have social proof, go out there and say, hey, would it be okay if I work for you for free? All you need to do is cover your own ad spend. I'll do all of the writing, all of the creatives and all that. I'll take care of all that. And if you get results, would it be okay if I turn into a case study? Would that be fair? That's how you do it. Okay. Number 2, social proof by association. You've heard me say this as well. The best-selling book of all time. I don't know if I have it here. It's somewhere. But Think and Grow Rich. He was not an expert, or he didn't come from the angle of results when he sold the book. But that book made him very, 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 very rich. So what did he do? He interviewed people. He did his due diligence to find out what's working. And that could be you as well. You could be coming from the angle of, hey, just like you, I'm trying to find out what works. And guess what? I interviewed the top 5 people in this market and to share with you, and I turned it into a book, a report by association. So because you have these 5 people interviewed, that's why people will see you as an expert. Okay. But please, the thing that I heard, okay, is when you said like, but I don't have that paper, but I don't have education. Look, today in this expert market, nobody has ever asked me when I was speaking on stage or anywhere for that matter, when they asked me, Peng Joon, do you have a marketing degree? Do you have like, what university did you graduate from? Nobody cares. If anything, I tell people how I nearly failed from, dropped out of college, university, right? So don't base that thing that's in here that says, I don't know, I've got the credibility because I don't have that piece of paper. That was self-manifested in the mind. Okay, that goes for all of you. Okay, People buy not because you have that piece of paper. People buy because the right message was presented in front of them at the right time. That's why people buy. People buy that thing because they were scrolling on Facebook and then they saw this ad, and so happened what the ad said and the message of that ad took them to a page that showed them another message that was congruent with what they want, and they were willing to part money because they believe that the value they'll get based on the money that they're parting with is worth it. That's why people pay you. Okay? It's not because of that piece of paper. Okay, so next question. Okay, I hope I answered that question. Harm says driving traffic at a reasonable price or higher revenue for my core funnel. Okay, okay, so I remember The Greatest Showman. Okay, so this, what if I told you, well, without making any assumptions just yet, Harm, I am going to unmute you, Harm. Harm, are you there?
I'm here. How are you?
All right, Harm, I am good. Share with us, based on these numbers that you have, why you feel it's a traffic problem.
I feel it is a traffic problem, or the quality of the traffic. I have a feeling that the advertising on Facebook, I now asked 3 experts, and I also did a course, and I have a feeling that the traffic on Facebook is not the quality I need because of the feedback I get from people. If you're so good at investing, why are you advertising here on Facebook? There's a lot of negative feedback I get on Facebook. And I have a feeling that a lot of people who are on Facebook, which I target with my campaign, they are too negative and are looking for a way to spend their day and be distracted from their misery.
Okay. Okay,
So,
great point, okay? Okay, first thing to understand, okay, for all of you, is every great marketing funnel will be faced with a ton of negativity on Facebook, because that's just how it is. You teach someone that teaches people real estate, money, they'll say, if you are that rich, you will be selling something that costs me money. You'll be giving it away for free. Do you think Richard Branson will sell an ebook for 37 bucks? Okay, typical answer. If you sell anything on spirituality or anything like that, oh, this guy's a fake. If you sold anything on fitness, oh, this guy's on roids. If you did anything, okay, oh, this guy doesn't do legs day, whatever, there will be somebody who has something to say, okay? So forget all the negativity because that's part and parcel, okay? That comes to the territory.
Yeah.
The next thing that you said, okay, so scaling, it might be a traffic problem, but here's the next question, okay? Next question would be, do you know how much it costs you to acquire a customer on Facebook? How much does it cost you so that when you go to Facebook and you run a campaign, you get a customer? That's the next question.
Yeah, it's around 10 euros.
10 euros?
Yeah.
10 euros is super cheap, okay? Okay, if it costs you 10 euros, remember, if you've heard my Shark Tank analogy, scaling his business is just these 2 things. You must know how much a customer costs you. You must know how much a person is worth every time they go through that funnel. That's all it is, okay? So on average, when they go through this funnel, on ClickFunnels, it tells you on the top right-hand side that says average cart value. What is the average cart value of that funnel?
Well, I can't measure it because a lot of people in Holland, they don't use credit card, and in Belgium, so they have a local payment system. So ClickFunnels does not support the payment for ideal. So I don't have the stats from ClickFunnels. Yep. So I can only use the Google Analytics, and then when I calculate what the average cart value is around 5 to 6 euros. So It costs me 10 and it gives me 5. So that's
okay. So okay. So first, then I'll come back to this again. Okay, Harm. A couple of things. This definitely is not a traffic issue because the cost to acquire a customer at 10 euros is super cheap. Okay, let me tell you something. Okay, so like firsthand, I'm going to use these examples. Okay, just these books that I've just grabbed out here. Okay, Russell Brunson last year, Expert Secrets. Wait, there are some numbers you told me in private. I'm thinking of what I can say. Okay, so this book did over $1 million in sales last year. Okay, and it cost Russell approximately. He's super aggressive, so it cost him like $30 USD to acquire a customer. But he knows that the average cart value for this book is about 45 on the front end, which means after the order bump, after the audiobook and all of that, but much more than that, he knows that the odds of somebody buying ClickFunnels and becoming a customer for life is extremely high as well. So Russell will pay up to about $50, no questions asked, to acquire a customer for this book. And the reason for that is because it's got a funnel to back it up. This book here, it cost me about, it depends on the campaign, but the retargeting ads can cost me about $15 to about $20 to acquire a customer. If it's cold traffic, it can cost me from $20 to $30 to acquire a customer. But the average cart value on the front end for this funnel is $89. Okay. And this doesn't include the fact that my second one-time offer for this book, which is $97 a month, it doesn't take into account the recurring that happens every month because ClickFunnels can't track that. It can only track how much a customer is worth on the front end. Okay, it doesn't take into account recurring. This book, similar, but on the average cart value is much lower than this because there's no, the one-time offer is not as high priced, but the average cart value for this book is about 45 to, no, it's about slightly higher now. It's about 48 to 50. It cost me about $20 to $30 to acquire a customer, but I know that when a person reads this book, the odds of them moving up my ladder to my next thing, which is proven presentations or event codex, which is both a $1,000, $2,000 program. I know that for them to ascend to that level, if they came from this funnel, is much, much higher. Okay, so this is how I get targeted people to go to the next level. So what this means is I will pay, like I will close my eyes and I will pay $50 all day, every day for somebody to get my free book over here. Because I know on the front end, I will make it back. And if I wanted to be super aggressive for my recurring every month, I can pay $80 to acquire a customer. Okay. So the first thing that we got to really understand, all of us here, is that most of the time, it's really not a traffic problem. It's only a traffic problem, okay, when we all gotta recognize this, it's only a traffic problem when we have a decent average cart value and we are capped at spending a certain amount every day. It's only a traffic problem when you say, Peng Joon, I can spend $100 on Facebook every day now, and by spending $100, I make $300. But the problem is when I raise it to $300 a day, things get screwed up, and with $300 ad spend, I only make $400 in sales. Okay, now that's a traffic problem because that's a problem with scaling. So that is when we need to look at your targeting, your audience, your ad spend. But even at your funnel right now, it's not ready for that. So right now, what it means is it might not even be a funnel issue, okay? Like what I said for Prina earlier. Right now, it could be an offer issue. Okay, so let's take a look at your offer right now. And again, guys, as I'm speaking to Harm, I might be coaching Harm right now, but think about how this applies for you, okay? Because this is an offer problem, right? All of you right now, could use tweaks in your offer, because if your offer is better, it translates to a better funnel, and with a better funnel, it translates to being more aggressive on traffic, because now you can afford to pay more for traffic because each visitor, each buyer is worth a lot more. Okay, Harm? So explain to us right now, what does that funnel look like?
Yeah, it starts with the free plus shipment book of P.T. Barnum.
Yes.
And they get the physical book plus the ebook plus the audio book. And they have the online training. I had a very high converting webinar, and the webinar I converted now to online training.
Is this webinar part of the book that they get by paying 450 euros?
Yeah. I give them also the online training.
I see. Okay, Harm. So the first thing I would like you to do and implement is use ClickFunnels order bump feature. Is that an order bump over here? Do you know what an order bump is?
Yeah, I know what it is, but there is still the problem that it's a technical issue. ClickFunnels does not support the ideal payment, because in ClickFunnels then you stack all the thing you want, and then you take it to one credit card payment. But in Holland, about 1% of the people, they use credit cards, so I have to use ideal, and that's one order and then a payment. So that's a technical problem.
Okay. I am horrible at tech, but I am very confident that there is somebody out there who knows how to create a custom code in there that enables you to have an order bump with this. There's somebody in your country that knows that.
I've been working on it hands down for 3 years now, since I started using ClickFunnels, and still at this time I did not find anyone who because there are a lot of people in Holland who have the same issue, and still I did not find anyone who had the solution, but I'm still hopeful, and I will find it someday. So, but I keep on looking for it. Also in the
Harm, I have a hard time believing that less than 1% of people in Holland use credit cards. Like, why is that?
Because we have a system, it's called Ideal, and you have a bank account, and it's much more cheap for people to pay. It's only a few cents. And with the credit card, a lot of companies, they have to pay 3 to 5% to the credit card.
But they don't pay that. It's you who pay that, right?
Yeah, that is right. But the people, they do not support credit cards, so you can't use your credit card in shops, etc. They also want you to pay for Ideal. So nobody has. A lot of people don't have credit card, only if they want to do payments on the internet. So that's a bit of a thing. And I also have in the Facebook group of ClickFunnels, they also ask a few times, is there anyone who has a solution for this problem? But up to this day, still not, unfortunately.
What I'm trying to say is this, Harm. All of my free plus shipping stuff, and including my latest one, if not for an order bump, the profitability of these funnels would have significantly dropped, like significant. And the reason why is my worst performing order bump converts at like 25%. The highest one is like 35. Okay, so just imagine 1 out of every 4 customers that's coming through your funnel right now rightfully should be paying you like $37 more, but they're not, just because you don't have that thing. Okay, now I don't know if it can't be solved or there isn't somebody in the entire country to do it, but just know that that's what's happening right now because you don't have that. Okay, I am sure whatever it is, there is a solution for that. It's just a tech thing.
I know, and I write on top of my priority list to find a solution.
Okay.
Because this means the difference of getting decent traffic in, or so I totally agree.
Let's talk about your one-time offer then, because there's the two one-time offers. There's still a lot of money to be made there to increase the average cart value. Remember, $10 euros to acquire a customer is amazing. You don't have to change that anymore. Okay, you probably need to change that when you want to scale and spend more than $1,000 a day. Okay, but that is brilliant. Okay, we now just need to solve the other side of the equation. How do we make it so that every person that goes through your funnel is worth $40? Because if they're worth $40 now and you can get $10 to acquire a customer, you just do it all day, every day, correct? So let's talk about what your one-time offer is. What is your one-time offer?
Yeah, the one-time offer is because the first one is the mindset, and the second is the concrete action you have to take to make money on a stock exchange. So I give an online training, including with a training on how to make money with Bitcoin. And let me see, because it's a lot of things they get.
Okay, roughly, I know you'll be able to do it manually, but what is the conversion rate of your one-time offer number one right now?
It is, let me see, funnel stats. It is at this time, it dropped. The first offer is 11.7%, and the one-time offer
price point at 11.7%.
Yeah, the traffic converts to the book, to the free book is roughly 12%.
That's very good. But what about the one-time offer? Do you know?
And the one-time offer is 6.4%.
What's the price point of the one-time offer?
27 euros.
Okay, now that's an issue because 6.4 is usually my conversion rate for like a $297 product. Okay, at 27, it should be at least 50. First of all, the one-time offer should be a lot higher, but I believe that because it's a one-click upsell right now, you should increase that price point dramatically. Because if somebody showed me how to make more wealth, because that's what it is, right? It's Bitcoin's wealth. And if a person charged me $27 for it, I would be a little bit skeptical. So the low price point, if anything at all, is actually hurting you. And I feel that you should, no, in fact, I know you should be increasing it for a one-time offer, and you'll not see a drop in sales.
Okay.
Okay. But the next thing is, because there's this huge shift, it means that I know chances are it's an offer issue as well.
Yeah.
What is that bridge that goes from, okay, now that you've bought the book for The World's Greatest Showman, let me teach you how to make money with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
How did you create that bridge? There's always a bridge for something, but how did you, because,
Yeah, because the bridge is, I learned with a book that you have to have the right mindset. And after you have the right mindset, you know what you have to do to make money. And I give them a number of courses, how to trade, how to make money with the Bitcoin, a coaching with how to use the platform, handouts, manuals, how to make money with options, manual on how to make money with stocks, a manual with speed sprinters and turbos, which are leverage products. So it's a complete package.
okay, so here's what I want you to do, okay?
Yeah.
I know with this alone, you will drastically increase your average cart value. This would be your homework. Your homework would be this. It would be, the next page would be, so congratulations for ordering this book. I know you're going to be super excited and thrilled to read this book. Basically, in this book, you're going to discover the mindset when it comes to creating wealth that is timeless, that's been proven time and time again. Now, while wealth and mindset is the first step, which is why you've made a great decision getting this book, the next thing, now that you've conquered mindset, is understanding mechanics, which is the steps and the strategies and the how-to. Now, in today's world, what are these strategies? What are these modern wealth strategies? I'm talking about cryptocurrency. I'm talking about trading. I'm talking about stocks. Now, the problem is there's all these different vehicles, and the question is, which one should you be learning and mastering. This
Yeah.
is what this page is about. I want to share with you what these modern wealth strategies are, so that once you've well mastered these timeless mindset um, trainings, I'm then going to show you the mechanics and the steps on how to make it happen, so that you can decide which vehicle is the next logical path for you to choose. Okay. And what you're going to do then, Harm, is you're going to do the stack. So the first thing you're going to get is, because now I want you to sell this for at least a minimum of $97. That's like minimum. Okay. For me, I know that something like that should be like $297. That's $297 my price point. And I know that $297 will not decrease your price, will not decrease your sales 3 times less at $97. Okay, so that's my thinking. Okay, $297, you'll still get a conversion rate of 5% at least. Now that I've done it so many times. Okay, but start with $97. Give it a go. What you're going to do is, so the first thing you're going to get is stack. Then the second thing is, remember, don't just give them more trainings. It's like, oh, I don't want more trainings, right? Give them the done with you and done for you. Because when you have that, that's a good mix. Okay, but Harm, this is your task now. Your task now is to look through that funnel to increase the average cart value, understanding that you don't have a traffic problem. If you can acquire customers at $10, you don't have a traffic problem. Okay, your issue now is just try to find a way to add in the order bump. What language is your funnel in again?
In Dutch.
In Dutch. Okay, I would even toy around with having the funnel with an order bump so that you can charge through credit card and Stripe, but just targeting the world who can speak Dutch.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel that that market would be better than just saying, you know, a lot of people don't have credit cards. Like I've done events which you were in Amsterdam, and my event, everybody paid with cards. So I always feel that there is that market that would pay with credit card. And I feel that potentially that market would be much bigger than the one that you're currently trying to serve right now.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. It's
Okay.
good, yeah, because especially I'm doing the trainer, the state to skill method. So I also decided to do this internationally as well. So
yeah. Okay.
good.
So to recap, summarize, order bump, that's the first thing. Move to credit card payment processing if you need to. And the next one would be your one-time offer. Create a better bridge so that people who bought the book will see the value in your next thing as well, and increase the price to a minimum of 97. Not 27 is like way too little.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Harvey. Okay, so let's take a look at the next question. I want to try and, you know, answer and go deep, you know, not just like answer for the sake of answering. Okay, Kale says, I want to learn the best way to promote my book. This week is about starting the funnel built for it and eventual 10-day challenge I will associate with the book. Okay. So Kale, the thing to do is, let me see if, hey Kale, are you there? Let me see.
Good morning.
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 Morning. Okay. Could you share with us what you feel your biggest bottleneck or struggle is? Could you elaborate a little bit on this?
Okay, so I've created a book to reach military spouses, and now I'm just trying to figure out, how do I promote this book to profit the best from it, to get them to my funnel? Do I have to I actually looked into a marketing company, but they want to charge $22,000, which is a lot more than what we want to spend. So I'm trying to figure out, how do I market it on my own?
Okay, so first of all, I want to understand, Shane, but why did you feel you needed a marketing company to help you with this?
Because I'm not very confident right now on social media, and I've never marketed before.
Into as a, you know, you can either pay or learn, right? So it's something maybe it was worth doing to pay it, but $22,000 was a little outside of our budget for being able.
Okay, so what were you looking to market a book or like market what?
Marketing marriage courses for military couples. So I was going to do my book free plus shipping, and then it'll get them to my 10-day challenge, and then eventually to my marriage courses.
What was promised as part of a $22,000 package?
The promise was to become a bestseller on Amazon, and then they would also market your book and get you in the on TV and radio and things like that.
Okay. I don't want to say it's a scam, but it is. And okay, I want you guys to understand something. Okay. 10 years ago, when I was sitting in an event, I saw a speaker showed in his slide deck that he was an Amazon bestseller. And I remember how I felt. I was like, wow, this person must be legit because this person's got a best-selling book on Amazon. Now, when I became well-versed in this game, I realized something that many people don't. It actually means nothing. And the reason why it means nothing is because what actually happens behind the scenes that people don't know is they put it in some Amazon listing category, like 4 levels deep. So it's like arts and craft, hobbies, knitting for people over 60 or whatever, right? So it's like 4 levels deep so that if you get 5 book sales in an hour, it becomes a number 1 in that category. That's what it is, okay? And then what then happens is they take a screenshot saying, hey guys, we did it. So they list it for like 99 cents. And you notice, right? Those guys, take a look at when people say, oh, my book is now number 1. Guess what? It's listed for 99 cents and it's listed at like some weird market, which is fine, whatever. Okay, I'm a marketer. I understand that people push boundaries. I get it. Now, what I'm saying is the 22,000, if you spent even 10 grand on that, like a book, yes, PR and all of that is great. Okay, I do believe in getting a PR company to get on TV, radio, news. I believe that. Okay, what I don't believe is Amazon bestsellers, because you want to be a number 1, you could do it yourself based on just what I said. Listed on a category 4 levels deep, listed for 99 cents, get 5 friends to buy, and take a screenshot. It'll be number 1 within an hour. Okay. The real money is when you use the book as part of funnel. That's what this is all about. Okay, that's what Harm has done. That is why this book has made so much money, together with .com secrets, together with all these different things, together with this. I don't know if you guys know this. Okay, this book here, 30 days, did over $1 million in sales in 5 days. Do you know why it did over $1 million in 5 days? Because it was packaged as part of a funnel, which is a challenge funnel. And I can guarantee you, Russell Brunson's going to talk about that in funnel hacking from like 2 weeks from now. Okay. What we need to understand is the thing that will help you get what you want is not of the marketing of the book. It is when you can put it into a funnel. Okay. So I like your angle. Okay. I believe that the niche you sit, relationship, people in military, like based on my limited knowledge and this is just purely based on like the movies I've watched, right? on how like right? So what's the latest one? Was it American Sniper?
Right.
Anyway,
Right.
So I feel that there's a really good market there. So a couple of things in order to get you clarity on that book. Okay. Now that you've got a book, understand that you have just done something that 99.9% of the world has not done. Okay, so celebrate that. Now that you have that, use the book for a funnel. Great. Now you said a 10-day fun, a 10-day challenge. A 10-day challenge is too short because just as they're starting to get committed to something, their challenge is over. Okay, so a good challenge I feel is a minimum of 14 days to 21 days. Okay, well, 14 days to 28 days or 30 days. So 14 is the shortest, but I feel that I like 21 because that's when people will really feel connected to what it is that you do, right? And it takes, you know, that amount of time to build that relationship, or use it in free plus shipping. But a challenge funnel is a great way to get started. Do you have any idea what type of challenge you could issue to that market? What are their pain points? What are you trying to achieve?
Well, the challenge that I was coming up with, and I know I'll probably come up with something a little bit bigger, was learning how to love your spouse from afar. Because there's so many books out there and ideas of, hey, you can go on a date night and things that you can't do when your spouse is separated. So I was trying to think outside the box, come up with ways that they can connect even though they're separated.
Right, right. Okay. So one of the things I mentioned in our previous call is a challenge must have a very specific outcome, like whether you did it or achieved it or you didn't. So what would be that tangible thing that would be a great compliment for your book? Because your book is going to be amazing. It's going to be the thing that makes them, it's going to be part of that package, right? Is there something tangible that they could achieve by the end of that 14 days, 21 days?
It was really the kind of the idea behind it was a lead into the ongoing marriage courses that we would offer, and then the eventual kind of marriage conference or as a live event. So
is that something you guys are already doing, or is that new?
New, yeah.
Is
So
the course already in place, or is that
no? Yeah, basically we're pretty new at this in just the last couple months, and we just got the book finished. Really, just what 2, maybe 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
And yeah, so everything's still new. We don't, like I said in the post, the next step is the funnel build, right? To start actually, no kidding, hitting the keys to build the funnel.
Okay. So what I would like you to do next then is really think about what that offer is. Your homework would be thinking about that offer. What is the tangible result? And if you want to do a challenge funnel, what is that daily thing that you can keep them accountable to, so that as a community, if they did that, they would be better off and they would feel challenged. It's out of their comfort zone, but it is going to either strengthen their ties, their bond, their relationship. And it could be the 3 things, 5 things that they got to do in order to say that they did the challenge, you know. And if you can come with the book, yeah, think about the outcome of the challenge and as well as the offer. Okay, so take a look at how I position the videos challenge. Try to hack that in the context of your challenge.
Cool.
Okay. Cool. Let's see. Jason says, sign up rate. Okay, how do you increase your sign up rate? Okay, Jason, I'm going to have to leave. This is going to be a long answer, so I'm going to have to take on your question in our next call. I wanted to give Danny here, because I noticed he's been answering a few questions. Well, okay, asking a few questions. Okay, so Jason, allow me to answer your question in our next call, okay? But let me take on Danny. Danny says, I can't fake I love and I learned cooking from professional chef, but I am not a chef. Would love to share my culinary skills. I have this mind block, I'm not in position to share. I work in a chem lab, okay? I have no idea how to start, and I feel frustrated. Okay, Danny. Hey, Danny. The first thing to, okay, guys, this is huge, okay? Oh, I'm trying to think about where I learned this concept from some book. Okay, this book, I can't remember the name, but it talks about this thing called identity. And in this book, it said, whenever we say things like, I am a, fill in the blanks, we straight away will identify all of different traits and characteristics with the word that we said. So that means if you tell yourself, I am a bodybuilder, naturally you'll do the things that bodybuilders do. If you say, I am a gamer, naturally you will do the things that gamers do. Same thing with whether it's a speaker, whether it is a chef, whether it is a writer. Then when I read your sentence and you said, I want to be able to do this, but I am not a chef. The question I want you to tell me right now is, what do you think in your mind a chef is? I have unmuted you. Please go ahead.
Okay, my mind is that a chef is a person who knows how to cook and have a passionate and have great love in cooking.
Okay.
Yeah.
First question is, do you know how to cook?
I know. I learned from a professional chef, and I cook in most events like charity and most special events. But I don't make a living out of being a chef.
Okay. Second question is, do you have passion in cooking?
Very. I can cook all kinds of dishes.
Notice something, right? Your definition of being a chef just now is somebody who knows how to cook and has a passion for it. I asked you those two questions separately and you said yes. So why do you feel right now you're not a chef?
Because I don't work in the restaurant. My full-time job is not cooking for people. I may have the skill, but my skill may not be benchmarked with the industry. Yeah.
So when will you feel, what has to happen so that you feel, my skill is now at the benchmark of the industry?
Okay, that's what really caused me to have my blog. Because in a professional level, I'm not even there. But I'm able to cook like a professional chef, only on among friends and not on the professional level. Yeah.
Do you know right now, there is somebody who works in a restaurant and has been working in a restaurant for the last 10 years and is also saying, but I can never be like those professional chefs there because I never learned it from a professional. Right after school, I started working in the kitchen and I've been cooking here for the last 10 years. But I'm not a professional chef because, unlike Danny, I never learned it from a pro. Straight from school, I came here, so I'm not a professional chef. I want you to know that, and for all of you, there's somebody out there, just like you, who never became that thing because they didn't give themselves permission to do so. And that goes for a lot of you. A lot of you, the reason why you're stuck is because you didn't give yourself permission to move forward. Then when I read that comment, I really felt, and I felt that passion. I know that in the video challenge, you brought that up as well. But I want you to know that right now, the thing that is stopping you is you.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm constantly asking, like, what has to happen? Okay, so if you invited friends over and if you cooked for all of them, has people ever told you that your cooking was nice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The design, the plating, all is very professional.
Okay, so how many people do you need to hear from saying that your cooking is good for you to believe that you are a chef? How many?
In fact, many people have praised me for my cooking. But however, if when I want to write my first ebook, all my credibility, I don't know what to write.
Okay.
So why would people want to buy my book? Yeah.
How about this then, Danny? What if you started just documenting your cooking dishes? You know, like how Tasty does it? On Facebook, there is a channel, look them up. It's called Tasty. They've got like millions of followers. And all they do is they show people how to prepare certain dishes. So what if all you did is, maybe you feel, I'm not credible enough to write a book. Okay. What if all you did was, now you started documenting your dishes, prepare them, how you decorate them, how the finishing, all of it. And by documenting that journey, it will give you that confidence to move forward. And that is why I want all of you guys to see that. Remember, the questions that we've been getting, look, right? I'm not an expert yet. I'm not, there's a lot of times, but who am I to write this book? You need to give yourself permission to move forward. Okay? You believe in your cooking. You say you have people who love your cooking and tells you that cooking is great. I know you have the passion. You love doing it. Everybody starts somewhere. Okay? And nobody in any profession or industry ever wakes up saying, I think today I'm finally qualified to do that thing. I'm finally qualified to be a speaker. I'm finally qualified to write the book. I'm finally qualified to do that at Facebook Live. All of them, if you take a look at all of them, the one thing they have in common is they started when they made the decision to do so. All you gotta do, Danny, what if it was just about making a decision and identifying, and to stop saying, I'm not a chef? Because guess what? When you tell yourself, I'm not a chef, you will find a way to be right about that statement. And you will always tell yourself, but I'm not a chef. But what if all you did was you changed that and you said, I am a chef. And every day you just told yourself, I am a chef. I am a chef. I am a chef. And when you keep repeating that to yourself, guess what? It changes. Then you ask yourself, so what do chefs do? Chefs wear aprons and dress up when they shoot videos. What do chefs do? And then you start behaving like how chefs behave, or whatever in your mind is. And because you created that concept and you identify that you are a chef, you are a chef. So Danny, for you, I want you to be able to start working on that. And what does that mean for you? It means from this point forth, you change your identity. You're not going to say, I'm not a chef. You're going to every day just look in the mirror and say, I am a chef. And you ask yourself, okay, in order to build that level of confidence, you're going to start documenting what it is you're doing. Sure, you might not be able to write a book yet, okay, even though it's the same thing, it's just that internal conversation with yourself. But maybe all you can do is show people how you prepare these dishes, invite friends over, invite people over, start doing it if you choose to. Maybe, I don't know, you can, because your definition was, but I haven't done it in the kitchen or as a profession. Then maybe do it for a day. Try, see how it feels like. You know, all I'm saying is it's all about just building that confidence issue. Okay? Start documenting, show people that skill set. And when you do it enough, you start identifying with that word of being a chef. And that's how you become good at it. Okay, that is your homework, Danny. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thanks.
Okay, thank you, Danny. Okay, guys, I know there are a lot of questions here, and I am happy for the questions. Okay, good, Mandy. I'm just reading comments. Committed, just need guidance to go through. Guys, I am here for you guys. I just need to know where you're stuck at, and let me know. You know, let the group know. Post in the group. Let me know what are the things you're stuck on, because I'm here to help. But I can't do my task if I don't know what you're stuck on, if especially if you're not taking action. Okay. I'm here to guide you and get you out of your comfort zone. And as long as you're taking action, as long as you're consistent, I will do whatever it takes to really help you get there. Okay. I want to thank all of you for being on this call today. I know that for those of you in Asia, it's Chinese New Year and it takes a lot to be on this call right now. The next time we'll be on this call will be when I am in the US. Am I going to see any of you guys in funnel hacking? Anyone? Oh, a few of you guys. Okay, perfect. Okay, so Kayla, I will see you guys there. But if not, I am actually doing this call at like, I think it's like 7 a.m. or something there. Okay, that's what our team told me. They asked me, they said, Peng Joon, are you still doing the calls like 7 in the morning on funnel hacking on, I can't remember which day. And I said, yes, okay. So I am not going to look for any reason to postpone or change the times. I'm committed to you guys and I will prove it through my actions, okay? I want to thank all of you for being here, guys. Please, take action and I'll see you guys 2 weeks from now. I appreciate you all. Thank you all so much. Okay, bye guys.